Aloha, everyone. The stock market today had a pretty good intraday session once again. We continue with the same basic slow uptrending action. However, I will repeat, I'm still not sure if this is healthy action as we trend higher here or if we are in fact churning on the NASDAQ. My hint is that we might be churning and we might have a sell off sometime in the near term future, and that's not good because we're extremely long right here, actually almost nearly fully invested here. But we do have a small hedge working in the SRTY, and we're going to go ahead and look at the Russell 2000 before we go look at that. And as you can see, the Russell 2000 had a rough day, down 0.45%. It closed near the lows of its session. You can see the relative strength line, the white line at the bottom, how it's significantly weakening, showing massive divergence from price action. So due to that, and due to the fact that I saw some horrible action in the biotech industry, which we'll go ahead and look at that chart next, I'm going to add another 5% to the SRTY position. Didn't you just take it off the day before? Yeah, but you know what? That's what we had to do. That's the rules. It closed below the 5-day moving average. Market looked like it wanted to move higher, so we took half our hedge off. Now the market's clearly telling us that, hey, we don't want to go higher. We might, in fact, want to go lower here. So now the hedge comes back. And it's another pocket pivot point buy signal, as you can see on the SRTY, and volume is quite large. And you can see that we got back-to-back pocket pivots in the TWM. And the IWM, you can see, is starting to look pretty weak. And that's all the Russell 2000. Outside of there, though, everything looks good. And you can tell that there's a rotation of big caps. The Dow Jones Industrial Average hit another all-time high today. And you can look at Coca-Cola and Procter & Gamble, and you can now see that clearly we're rotating out of small caps into big caps. And I will remind everyone, in the long-term uptrends like we've been in, you start to see a rotation of big caps when you're near the end of a trend. Now, we can't predict the future, and you'd be a blind fool to try to do so, but it is something to keep in mind. Also to keep in mind, I had no long signals today, so there is nothing to go long or much of anything to interest me. And then the biggest problem, obviously, is the biotech industry. You can see the XBI and the IBB, we have two very large breakdowns on very heavy volume, and it's ugly looking. That's very ugly. And on top of that, we got hit with sells in a lot of our biotech positions, and we have some high quality positions. Celgene closing below the 50-day moving average on strong volume. I am completely done with this one. So Celgene is a full sell. PCYC starting to really roll over. I have it down as a 25% sell. I'm going to go ahead and throw that up to a 50% sell because it has a rollover action to it. The whole biotech industry looks poor, and I would just rather be out of it. Sticking with the biotech theme, REGN, which we just added to the position this morning, now has to come completely off. So what we just bought this morning, you got to take all of that and sell it all immediately. It didn't do what it was supposed to do. Don't ask questions, you get the fuck out. And that's what we're doing. And then PCRX, another recent long. It's not closing in any kind of severe territory yet, but with it closing right on the 10-day moving average, we're going to go ahead and I want to so bad sell 50% of this, but I think I need to be disciplined and just stick to the 25% because on signal base alone, this is just a 25% sell. And it's not technically a biotech stock. It's a drug manufacturer stock, so that's okay. And then also a full sell in QUAD. You can see why I did not add to our position just a few days ago. That is a magnificent failure, and it turns all of our gains for the past month into a small loss. But what are you going to do? That's what happens. And then Solar City. I was so happy that my buy stop got hit 2 days ago. Now I'm pissed that it got hit because Solar City has completely failed, and now it's gapping down. Last time I checked, it was, let's see, 57.50. Nope, that's not the low that I want. I want the low of 56.49 to hold. 56.49. I go look. Where am I at over here? Oh, we're below 56 at 53 currently, so Solar City is now a 100% sell. So Solar City is a complete sell, Quad's a complete sell, CellG is a complete sell, PCYC 50%, REGN, all of the add, PCRX 25%, EVC 25% sell with it closing under the 20-day moving average. And once again, no new longs, and we're going to add to SRTY. I would not rule out a pullback here. Sentiment is getting to an extreme on the Investors Intelligence Survey. there is only 15% bears. That matches a 5-year low. Um, Whatever the crowd's doing, I suggest doing the opposite, and the crowd appears to be very bullish right here. Aloha.